really in y'all soft boy era. Like, really in y'all soft boy era. I'm like, bitches was outside. I mean, when they say them little skirts had the ass out, bitches' whole asses was out. I mean, mid-cheek, up, like top of ass hidden, bottom ass out. Like, crazy. Even with the skirt. I'm like, I have never seen a skirt with ass out. But it's like, maybe they doing it for the gross. Maybe they doing it for themselves. But I'm like, the fact that you got your whole ass exposed, bitch, and it's chilly as fuck. I know you feel that draft. The fact that you got your whole ass exposed and ain't them coming up to talk to you is crazy. Y'all in y'all sophomore era. Because back in the day, would have been on that. Phone flooded. Phone flooded, bitch. I'm like, they in they sophomore. Like, they just supposed to look like the bitches, waiting for somebody to approach them. They like, I got my hair cut too, my hair done too. Soft boy era. Like, I'm like, that's crazy. You out here with your whole ass out freezing, and niggas is just minding their business.
Clearly the apps aren't working for me right now, or for like anyone, so I'm making it my mission tonight to speak to one guy that I would be interested in, just one, out in public in the wild. You would think this wouldn't be that big of a deal, or that difficult, but
yeah, so a little update on that. I did go up to someone. I actually went up to a bartender at my favorite bar, mistake number one, and I got his number, and then we chatted back and forth for a day, and then we were about to make plans, and then he ghosted me. So this is why I don't go up to men.
Whoever said men love when women shoot their shot is a damn lie. Because I slid into some man's DMs and I let him know he was handsome. And I told him, like, you know, you handsome and I might just let you take me to lunch. And he gonna leave me on red.
Everyone's like, oh, you're young, you're 24. Like, explore your options, sow your wild oats. I don't want to explore my options anymore. I've been exploring. Been fucking Ibn Battuta out here. Shit ain't sweet. I actually want to, like, be someone's wife and be married.
That's wild.
She says no. No, sorry, I'm not interested. What's the worst case scenario at that point? What happens? What happens? Do you shrink an inch? Do you lose? Like, does your hairline recede an inch? Does money, like, fall out of your bank account? What happens? Please. So I have minus 1,000 aura. No, that's not a thing. The aura is lost, okay? And if she says yes, how much aura is gained? Please. You'd rather hold your dignity? You ain't holding no lady in your bed because you scared you holding your dignity because you ain't getting no play if you not approaching nobody. Just say have a nice day with a smile and walk off. Thank you, Sancho. Yes, exactly.
Y'all can continue to try to shame a man all you want to, but men have already assessed the risk. Anybody can really honestly and truly get over fear. They can, if they're motivated enough, they can get over fear. They can get over being afraid, timidness, anything. But if there's a risk there, like say for instance, some people might go skydiving, but for a lot of people, the risk is just too great. I'm not doing it. When you see some of these bridges that are crossing from one place to another and there's like seemingly no safety net underneath it, tourists can go there and they'd be like, oh man, this is part of the experience, just do it. For them, the risk is too great. They can see other people doing it, but they're not going to do it. Plenty of men see women, oh, you know, just come up and talk to us. It's part of the experience. Just get involved. Just jump in and do it. Just have the confidence, grow some and just come out and do it. No, the risk is just too great and I'm not going to be doing it. You're not going to persuade me to do it. I don't have it in my heart to do it. there's no desire for me to want to do it.
With an epidemic of men not approaching women at the bar, let's talk about it. Men are afraid of being rejected.
But I bet you 90% of the women will actually not reject you if you approach them right.
What's the right way?
Reading their body language. If you're gonna go up to a girl that is clearly like dancing with her friends, like yes, of course she's gonna like ignore you. Or if she's like in such a serious conversation up in the corner, she doesn't want to be approached. You're probably approaching those girls. That's why your like ego is like bruised, because you're getting rejected by girls like that.
Only because they're not at the bar looking for a guy, because they're dating someone, had just gotten out of a relationship, or they're just trying to catch up with their friends.
But like we still want to be approached.
And I think a lot of girls do. Even if we're not into you, it flatters us, and we'll kindly shoo you away if we're not into it.
But not really like shoo
5
you
minutes.
away. Like it might be like, okay, like so good meeting you, like we're gonna go to the bathroom or we're gonna go grab another drink. But it's not like a rejection. Like,
Yeah.
okay, bye.
We're gonna go out tonight and see how hard it is, because it's not hard.
It's not
And
hard. We've done it a lot.
We're gonna report back tomorrow, I promise.
We have to take our own advice.
Made eye contact with this super cute guy from like a distance, and then right when I was actually walking by him, I didn't look at him, didn't even look his way at all, didn't speak, just kept walking straight, and he still didn't ask me out. Like, hello, wasn't it obvious that I was into you?
The slickest.
Guys, men used to go to war and now they look at you weird when you approach them at the bar because all they did was stand around and stare at the wall all night.
Y'all.
This is why you're failing at getting dates and approaching women. You're going up to women who you're thinking, I'm just gonna take my shot. And you're honestly not having the confidence you need. You gotta stop putting an attachment to the outcome and start building your social skills. When you build your social skills, you will build your confidence and you will build your self-worth. You will eventually become a match for the woman that you desire, but you have to understand that it's all about approaching in a respectful and gentle way. You don't want to put yourself in a situation where you're approaching somebody who is not interested in you. That is where discernment comes in. Start just by waving, smiling, and saying hello to people throughout your day. You will see how many people are actually receptive towards you. Then you're going to approach the ones who smile back and say hi back. And that's when you build the conversation. Talk about anything that you want to talk about, things that excite you and interest you, so you're not boring to talk to, or even worse, putting out the energy that you're really nervous and don't know what to do. It's okay to be nervous. It's okay to lack confidence. That's how you build your confidence, is getting out there and start making the conversations. Women love to talk. Make her smile, make her laugh, compliment her in a respectful way. Then if you feel like the conversation is going really good, then ask her, can I get your number? I would love to take you on a date sometime.
As a woman who considers herself average at best and below average, like on a bad day, I don't think it's that crazy for men to say things like, I'm afraid of approaching women. Just be like, based on the fact that approaching is difficult, like you have to put your ego on the line. Somebody could be recording you. Your rejection could get posted, and they could reject you in a really mean way, especially if they're recording you, and you're not aware. But also, it's just hard to know when you're supposed to approach. Like, how are you supposed to know when somebody's open to receiving like that sort of attention? And you might say, oh, with body language, but it's like, are you supposed to look at them first? And how are you supposed to look at them to indicate that that's something that you're trying to do? You know, I feel like it's hard, it's difficult, and it's scary. And those are all reasons why I don't approach men. Like, I think it's just hard. I don't know, but you guys can let me know your thoughts.
And I'm glad you're saying this. There's just too many signals out there that men are having to read. You got to start simplifying it. Period. End of story. If you take of an example of how quarterbacks in the NFL, there was Cam Ward recently in an interview, I think, that I saw, where he was talking to a reporter and he said, okay, let me, basically in so many words, do you think that you can keep up with, and then he spit out the play. This, and this. And for somebody that is, well versed in it and whatever, they would have to have time to break it down and say, oh, this means this is coinciding with that. But these people some of them are not listening to the entire play. They're listening to what it is that makes sense and is specifically for them. I hear everything else and have a general understanding of everything else, but for me, I'm simplifying it for myself. This is what I need to do. And over time, I get better, hopefully, at reading whatever else is going on. Y'all got to take that simplification and apply it to dating. A man might see you in public. He doesn't know what everybody else is doing. It's a new environment. So you got to simplify it for him. And he can read it and he can react. And he can go out there and do what you're asking him to do. But over time, when he's with you, you would expect him, because he gets to know you, to say, oh, I know every single part. Maybe not in technical detail over here, but I know every single part of what I need to be doing and how I need to love her better. So you got to simplify the process of approaching for a man.
Boy, that girl is so pretty. I think I'm going to ask her out on a date. Hey, did you want to maybe grab a bite?
You.
Said the you girl, stealing my balls and straight up throwing them like a quarterback.
Normally where I'm from, guys would just be like, where you going for tonight? Can I get your number? They don't even like take the time to ask you out or try and show you a good time.
So when I'm out and I see guys that have been in my DM for like forever, and instead of saying anything, they DM me. They DM me and they be like, oh, you're really that fine a person.
Guys don't approach girls at the bars anymore.
I do.
I don't expect guys to come up to me, but I know the caliber of my friends and I know what those bitches look like, and they are some stunning. If guys aren't going up to them, guys aren't going up to fucking anyone. So I think if you're going up to girls at the bar in the first place, whether you say hi, whether you say can I buy you a drink, whether you use Nick's line, which is a great line by the way,
thank you,
I think you have a million times better of a shot.
Yeah, I mean,
you really don't have all that much competition, because guys aren't going up to girls. It's not like 15 guys are going up to a girl in a night to tell her how pretty she is. She probably gets one a night.
Took a break and saw this video clip of a guy saying women are not properly signaling to men that we are available to approach, and like back in the day they used to drop their handkerchief, however you say it. And in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, so it's back on us now. In my mind, if I drop my handkerchief, then I have to bend down and pick it up, and then I gotta sanitize my hands, and then I need to go find Kleenex, and then I have to go home and wash my handkerchief. Can't you just like come up and say hi? Why? That takes way less effort. I'm tired. Just come up and say hi.
A study, date psychology, found that 45% of men age 18 to 25 have never asked a woman out in person.
I was looking at the comments in this post, and there was a lot of comments making light of it, like joking around, like, ooh, men are in their flop era. Like, no, like when I read this, I had a pit in my stomach. This goes beyond like men are in their flop era. We are living through a paradigm shift in society, and when ChatGPT rolls out corn by the end of the year, I think that dating and society will be unrecognizable in a year from now.
On the other hand, some women, they always talk about, don't approach me in public. Don't talk to me. When I go to the gas station, it's always dudes trying to hop. So, I mean, you never know what.
You can't talk to them at church. You can't talk to them at the grocery store. They don't want to be bothered in the gym. Hey, they're gonna think you creepy. You trying to rob them if you talk to them at the gas station. So I just try to figure out because now, Ocho, women, from what they tell me, they don't give you their phone number. They give you IG.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm like, what the hell?
And this is exactly why men don't really approach. You make it incredibly difficult for a man to even be around you. You think that you're the greatest person. We hear so many modern women talk about, oh, me and my great single friends. I don't know a single man that's a good man, but I do know at least 1 million women. You can walk out on the street and see a good woman, beautiful, drop dead gorgeous. You look at that woman and be like, beautiful where? No disrespect, but beautiful where? Y'all out here lying.
There are guys out there that have never asked a girl out for their number. I was having this conversation with my homies, and they basically ended up telling me that they have never, and I mean never, asked a girl for their number. But after hearing the reason as to why they never did, it actually makes sense. A lot of times on social media, you see the types of videos where a guy walks up to a girl and asks for her number, calls her pretty, says all these beautiful things about her, then gets a response of absolute, horror. Now, truly imagine for a moment you walking up to a beautiful young lady and you asking for her name, then you giving her a compliment. You give your name, of course, and then she just sits there like this. Then starts screaming for help or starts running away. What is that even type of reaction? I understand why guys don't even ask for numbers nowadays, because I've seen it on social media. Thankfully, that has never happened to me, but Jesus Christ, I would be scared shitless if I ever fucking saw that.
The reason why men are not asking women out on dates right now is because of women. Yes, I said it. Men are supposed to be the rock of the friendship, relationship, whatever, but we are the ones that, fix up a little. When there's fixing, that's where we come in. We're supposed to, help out in departments that men really don't know, the emotional state of it. The reason why, we're all fucked up as a generation is because we're not healed. Nobody's healed. Everybody got things that they need to work on, whether it's from things from when we were kids, whether it's things that we're working on now. Everybody needs to work on themselves.
So aside from the fact that my ex's love life has been very active and he's auctioning out my side of the bed down in Florida, in New Jersey here, I'm going to tell you about my love life since my breakup, which it's been a year and a half. I have liked 3 people since my breakup. None of them worked. We're going to start with the one that I liked most, who just didn't like me. Me and this guy were going on a couple dates. Oh my God. Okay, I saw him at a coffee shop. I was sitting at a coffee shop and I will never forget. I literally looked up, I saw his soccer jersey and I took a pic. I'm a creep for this, okay? Don't hold this against me. Took a picture of him, posted it on my close friend story, and I literally put, who on earth is this man, okay? I live in a pretty small town. I know when there's a new face. So I was like, who is this guy? So then that night, like a creep, I went and downloaded every single dating app to find this guy. And I found him. Is it psychotic or psychic? I knew he would be on there. And I literally found him wearing the same jersey and I was like, oh my God, this is the guy. So then we went on a date and he was like, you look familiar, because I went up to him in that coffee shop. I was like, oh my gosh, I like your jersey. Okay, whatever. I'm a person who I like to shoot my shot. I will not wait for men to shoot their shot. I'm like, you know what? Hand me the ball and then slam dunk it. It either works or it doesn't work. So
I like this one.
It either works or it doesn't work. So anyways, he was like, oh my gosh, you're the girl that I met in the coffee shop. And I was like, yes. Oh, wow, what a small world. And then after a couple drinks, I ended up actually admitting to him exactly what I did. So I think that to start, I shouldn't have done that. I should have played it way more cool. But honestly, I am an oversharer, and you get what you get and you don't get upset. What am I supposed to tell you? Yes, I absolutely was plotting on you, and that is why we're here and we're having a great time. And this is all thanks to me and my determination to make this date happen. But now that I'm saying it like that, I'm realizing this is giving Joe from you, and if I was a man, I don't think it'd be as quirky. I think it'd be kind of weird, but whatever, to each their own. Anyway, so we went on a couple more dates, and then he told me he really liked me, and then he ghosted me. The end. Yeah, the end. And I recently saw him on a dating app a month ago when I downloaded it. And I swiped, no, get away from me. Oh my God, I hate when I really like a guy and he doesn't like me.
Well, that does suck. Kudos to you for shooting your shot. Yeah, I don't know if I would have shared all of those details, but I understand most women, they just got to talk things out. They just have to share their most inner parts of who they are and what has happened. And sometimes, I'll be honest with you, that does turn a man off. I'm not saying that's what happened in this specific situation, but like I said, kudos to you for shooting your shot. Even if you shoot your shot, that doesn't mean that you have to remain aggressive. That's just you coming up and saying hi. That gives men clarity on if you want to be around them and you want them to be around you, and you see what happens from there.
So, quick question for the people. Men, women, join in, it don't matter. So my high school reunion was this past weekend, and I was talking to one of my old classmates just about like dating and stuff like that. And she was like, girl, like, you single, da, 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 da. Not like trying to shade me, but she was just saying, because she had just had a baby, her husband was there, beautiful family, so we were talking. And I was telling her I might be open to more kids. So her take is, if you want a baby, let me turn this music down. Sorry, y'all. So her take is, if you want a baby, get you a baby. I said, friend, I'm single. Who I'm having the baby with? So then she's telling me like, well, are you going out? Are you doing things? And I'm like, I am. But men don't approach me. I'm telling you, they don't approach me. So she's looking at me just like anybody else. She doesn't believe me. And I'm like, I'm telling you, I'm not making this up. So we were all just talking about different reasons why we feel like men don't approach. She was saying, you got to give them something. You got to give them a little eye contact, a little, you know, like, oh, a compliment or something. But I'm like, girl, I'm naturally friendly. I'll give a compliment. That's not even hard for me. I do that all the time. So anyway, my question to everyone is, and then for the guys, if this comes across any man's algorithm or page, what deters you or encourages you to approach a woman? Let's talk in the comments.
So now women are saying that they want men to start approaching them again. Have y'all forgot what y'all been putting us through the last 2 years? Like how quick we are to forget, bruh. Y'all been on here the last 2 years dogging us, telling us that everything we do irritates y'all, that this world would be a better place without us in it, bruh. That's what y'all been telling us for the past 2-3 years, bruh. We just been having to deal with this. Y'all got us so scared to come up to y'all, bro. Y'all get on here and say that, you know, sometimes y'all like a medium ugly man that treats you right. Nobody want to be the medium ugly dude that you with, bro. We want to be the one that you infatuated with. So that's what I'm saying. Y'all got on here and shamed us for every little thing that we did on the internet, bro. We got drugged day after day. We got told we was nothing day after day by y'all, bro. Y'all posted us on the internet trying to speak to y'all in any environment. Y'all would shame us and twist it into something that it wasn't, bro, to try to make us look like we were just dirty animals. And now that y'all are older and y'all see, hey, nobody's coming up and talking to me anymore. Now you want us to. No, you put on your big girl panties and you go out there, you go shoot your shot at the man you want. That way that man know that you want him.
There's this guy at the gym, at my gym, that whenever he's like working out around me, he's always asking me like, oh, are you using this? Are you using that? And it's pretty clear that I'm not using it, okay? So the other day, he did the same thing. Like, I was stretching and he asked me, you know, a few times that if I was using something when I was not using it. I was just stretching. Anyways, I was like, in my head, I'm like, maybe he wants to say something, but he doesn't have the balls to do it. So I'm like, oh, let me say something. Mind you, I've never done this before. I'm very fucking shy. But I don't know, that day I felt very bold. Anyways, when I was about to leave, I told him like, oh, your shoes are very nice. He didn't hear me, so he took his headphone out and I was like, oh, I said that your shoes are very nice. And then this man put the biggest smile on his face and he's like, oh, thank you. Anyways, two days after that, I saw him again and we made eye contact, but he didn't say hi and I wasn't gonna say hi, so I didn't say hi, so we just made eye contact. And then after that, it's just been very awkward, like, oh, like, why did I did that?
If the only men you date are the men who approach you at a bar, I just want to give you a heads up, that's a pretty low bar. Because when you allow the men who only approach you to be your dating pool, you literally allow men to literally define your fucking preferences. Like, I'm not sure if a lot of women actually know their type. Do you know your type? Or are you only going by other men's type, but you think you fit in? Like, your only dating pool are filled with the men who approach you. And I'm not trying to hear, oh, like, I would never chase a man. That's not what this means. But women who are confident know what they like and they go get it. So if I walk into a bar and I see a man who I think is fine, I'm going to walk up and introduce myself. He's going to buy me a drink and we're going to have a conversation. I'm going to get what I want. So I need more women to do that too. Because I'm super excited because I'm going out today. in LA, and I'm gonna do the same thing.
What it sounds like you're doing is playing around, though. Like you're not, it doesn't seem like you're intentionally dating. You're casually dating. And so you're getting people that probably don't want commitment. You're probably running into, people that, even though they're not bums, they're just not looking for anything long term. And that's for you, that's for you. But some of these ladies, a lot of these modern women, though they may be terrible people inside, they're looking for a long-term relationship. And the people, a lot of times, that they should have been in a relationship with, they're gone, right? So it's harder for them to find a person, regardless of what they do. They're looking for somebody long-term. They're not looking to be out in the dating scene like you are. They're looking for somebody to take care of them. And like I said, the toss-up, because those people are kind of gone. They've exited the dating scene.
So I posted about how I don't mind approaching a man if I like what I see. And then a bunch of men wanted to comment, oh, I wish a woman would approach me, blah, blah, blah. And no, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. Because you wouldn't be able to handle it. Like, do you understand? You would be wondering how many men I've approached. You would be pondering how many phone numbers I have in my phone. Like, you would not be able to know what rest is. Your insecurities would eat you alive if I approached you. Like, I used
at Dollar Tree, and this guy dropped his stuff while he was waiting in line. So I picked it up for him because his hands were full. Anyway, when I picked it up, he was like, thank you, I like your hair. And I was like, I like your glasses, because I thought he was cute, but I was too scared to say that. Well, anyway, we waiting in line, and I don't know, I didn't say anything else, but I caught him looking at me a couple of times. But I'm like, nah, he's just being nice. But then when I went to ring up my stuff, he looked at me and he said, bye, have a good one. And the cashier was like, you better go get his number. So I stopped the guy while I was checking out, and I was like, excuse me, I think you're handsome. And he was like, yeah, let me get your number. I'll let y'all know when there's a part 2, if there's a part 2. Also, I'm just so proud of myself because I've been taking y'all's advice of like giving men compliments, and it's been working. All I gotta do is say that I like something about them, and then that gives them the green light to ask you out. I should have been doing this a long time ago.
Fellas, y'all know how y'all hear this thing like, oh, women don't approach men. Don't let them lie to you. Now it might not look like the man approach, go up, say how you doing, ask your name, stuff like that, but it'll look like this. You might walk by and she might graze your hand across your stomach, or you might walk by and she'll step right in your path and just look up right in front of you. Or she'll do things like everywhere you are in the venue, she'll somehow find a way near you or right next to you. Or when you walk by, his eyes like this. These are all equivalents.
What the fuck, man? What the fuck? He actually got it. How the fuck? How'd you do that?
It does not seem that impressive.
It
It's
is,
alright.
man. Like it turned from
I'm sure I can learn it for you.
it turned from a different card to this fucking card, and so happens to be the one that I picked. How is that not cool? At least it's cool. Yo, that's cool as fuck.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Why?
Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
I don't know what men need to hear this, but make sure you ask this bitch out. Don't try to just, we've been together for no, don't, it don't matter how long y'all been together. Trust me. I was just texting this girl right now, and I was like, wait, I thought you had a man. And she's talking about something. What do you mean I got a man? I was like, didn't you just get flowers the other day? And didn't you just post the guy you was with the other day? And she was like, yeah, but he ain't asked me his girlfriend yet. And I didn't know what to say. I'm like, okay, you know what? She not wrong. So that's his fault. So there, we went and hung out. Listen, I'm not a boy's boy, bro. I'm sorry. I'm not here to be a guy's guy. I like hoes. So I'm just letting y'all know what she told me. And she told me to let y'all know that if you don't ask the girl out, y'all not together. And she can do what the fuck she wants.
I've never asked the girl to be my girlfriend in my life. I've never in my life. What happens is I'm hanging out with her. They're always dope. And they trick me. They're like, hey, are you talking to anyone right now? I'm like, no, I'm not talking to anyone. They're like, okay. And I didn't know that meant we're together.
Once you're at the point where it's time to ask the question, just take her somewhere and introduce her as your girlfriend. The only thing that's gonna happen is if she likes you even a little bit, she's gonna start glowing. She's gonna go to the bathroom and text her friends about how excited she is. And if she doesn't like you, you're cooked already. It doesn't matter what you do.
Nope. There is no such thing as traditional women anymore. Wrong. Women simply aren't worth it. What does that even mean? I am so tired of all of this negativity. Are you going to insist that masculinity is about growth, suffering, and overcoming difficult things, and then just not date because it's hard? Are some of you really so pessimistic and self-hating that you will just resign yourself to never feeling love and affection? Are you really going to sit here and insist that you have all of the answers to dating, and then just refuse to pass those answers on to a woman who is ready and willing to please you? Tell me, what battle are you even fighting? You insist there's a problem, but you aren't trying to actually solve it? What is the point of all of this other than to just kick and scream? There are a lot of great women out there looking for men with your values. Go meet them, be strong in your convictions, and enjoy the life that you can create with them. Because the negativity has got to stop.
You honestly sound like a lot of the modern women when they just get tired of men backing up. Why don't you just throw caution to the wind and come approach us? No. There's too much danger. There's too much of a risk. Once again, until you can give me some sort of assurance that I'm not approaching you. Oh, well, you can't be scared all the time. I'm not scared. You're too much of a risk. You've done things and said things in the past, and I'm going off of your Y'all don't get it. Men continue to be the same. They continue to be consistent. Hey, what's your body count? I'm not going to tell you. Well, I'm not going to take a risk on you. Hey, are you going to let me know if you want me to come over or not? No, I just want you to be confident and come over. Well, I'm not going to take the risk. If you're not going to give me any sort of assurance, I'm not coming over. It don't matter how much you try to tell me I'm doing the wrong thing or whatever and whatnot. I'm not moving.
If you don't think marriage is a business deal, then you ignore how many men have gone bankrupt in divorce. A lot of men are expected to give and not expect anything back. But some women will only give when they get what they want from him first. Pay for the first date or else I won't go out with you again. Give me a ring before we move in together. A home for the children. And do the chores correctly or else you're not getting laid. I've seen whole accounts being dedicated to marital coercion. But who exactly is being coerced? And we wonder why men are leaving marriage by the droves.
Every time I talk to married men, they're trying to convince me not to get married. How is it that you have the woman of your dreams, but you convincing other men not to get married? Most men that's married don't want to be married, or they got married for the wrong reasons. They didn't get married because they genuinely wanted to. They got married because they just thought that was just the next steps that they were supposed to do. And then every time we have a conversation, they're trying to push me away from marriage. And then they're surprised by my response because I'm heavy on I want to get married. I'm heavy on men being married. Only if these men's wives knew how they was talking about marriage behind their backs.
Do guys that are single never want to get married again? This comment right here, marriage is for suckers. That would lead me to believe, in the amount of comments I get like this on my videos, would lead me to believe men think that women are literally out there preying on men thinking, who can I marry so I can divorce him and take all his money and run? And obviously there's been some men that have been burned over the years to make you think like this. Or maybe this comment is around you get married and all of a sudden your partner no longer puts out. I think it's one or the other, but I'm so curious, is that common? Guys are getting married and all of a sudden their partner no longer wants to be intimate? Or is it guys are just getting screwed over every time they get married and get divorced? I truly don't think we should be thinking, hey, let's never get married again, because these ladies out here are plotting to steal all of our money. If you can't tell if someone has a genuine connection with you, I think that's a you problem. There's not that many people that can put on a facade for so long to act like they're into you to scam you out of your money. And those are sociopaths or narcissists. I just don't truly believe that. But I want to hear your guys' opinions because I feel like I see so many of these type of comments. I just want to know.
I feel this exact way too, and I decided I'm gonna go see what they're talking about online. So I went onto the internet and I typed in why dating sucks, and I looked up content by men for men to see why are they irritated with the dating space, and generally why are they not trying. So what I first found is that they think right off the bat that social media is one of the reasons why dating sucks for them. Okay, but what? How? It's because we're on social media, and in their minds, we get so many likes and so many comments and so much false attention through DM. They think that we get so much of that it has given us a false perception of our attractiveness. Another thing that they have been telling each other too is that we see so many TikTok boys on the daily that give us a false perception of what an attractive man looks like. I don't know about you guys, but I don't see TikTok boys, and if I do see them, I don't think that they're like the pinnacle of top tier male attraction. But that's just me. Personally, I want an 1800s man like that girl on TikTok who did the interview. Another thing that they have told themselves is that if a girl likes you, she's just gonna give it up to you. She's gonna kiss you on the spot, she's gonna give you that ooh na na. They do not actually take into accountability boundaries or like comfortability or emotional connection or intelligent connection. No, they just think that we're gonna be like, no, but they don't care what we say. It doesn't matter how loud we scream it. So the response from them with all these little weird reasons is to not fix themselves, but to try to police us. And this is where you see them in the comment sections like, well, what do you bring? You only go for the top 10%, telling us that we need to give the bottom 80 a chance. What they really mean is give the bottom 5% a chance, which is most of them. Did I make that up? Yeah, I did, because that's what they're doing. They're making up numbers. I can make up numbers too. So yeah, they have absolved themselves of actually working on themselves, and they have created all these weird kooky reasons about girls who are 8s seeing themselves as 12s, and in reality, in normal society, they would usually be with a 6, but because of this, they think they deserve an 11. I know you think, okay, well, this just exists on the internet. This is just like these weird little corners. By the time it makes it to the internet, this is conversation that they're all already having in the workplace. This is a conversation that they're having in the bus, in the locker room. It's out there, it's in their heads, and it's in society now.
So I would love to get married again, but now it seems like men don't want to get married anymore. Like, why is this? Can't we just get a prenup and be happy and be married? I get it where there's so many people that just live together and they live a married life, but they don't actually get married. Are people at least getting rings still? So at least you can show like I'm taken when you're out and about if you don't want to get married. What is the real reason men don't want to get married anymore? Is it money? Is it they've already had half of their stuff taken from a divorce, so they're bitter? I'm really curious. I feel like the partnership that comes with marriage is just a little bit different than if you're just dating someone, because they can always cut bait and jump ship because there's nothing to lose. When you do have like skin in the game, I feel like people would be more apt to like work through challenges, try to figure it out to stay together, versus if you're never married, it's easier just to be like, okay, fight and run away. But are guys really not wanting to get married anymore? Let me know in the comments.
Why aren't men getting married anymore? It's not because they hate love or they're against love. It's because the system is actually stacked against them. In 1960, 72% of adults were married, and today it's barely 50%. And among men under 30, it's pretty much nowhere. Here's why. Divorce courts, they'll take all of the man's money, they'll take the kids, they'll take the house. 90% of child custody goes to women, and men pay millions in child support and alimony every year. Then there's the happy wife, happy life culture where men sacrifice everything to keep the peace. Meanwhile, if a man wants traditional roles, it's labeled as toxic. So men naturally ask themselves, what is the upside? And for a lot of guys, there isn't one. It's not that men in general hate commitment. They hate commitment to a system that is designed to punish them for existing. Till marriage becomes a partnership and not a legal liability, men will continue to keep saying, no thanks. Do you think men are right to walk away from the thought of marriage, or do you think that marriage is still worth it? Let me know in the comments.
I hate to tell you ladies, but men are done with being nice guys. I love a nice guy, but you know the expression nice guys finish last? That is the truth nowadays. Nice guys do finish last, which is why most men are done with being a nice guy. And they are like, you know what? If the women are going to be toxic, I'm going to be toxic too. I can be just as horrible as you. And women, you're going to hate it. You might thrive on the drama now you're young, but as you get older and you want a nice guy, you want to settle down with a nice guy, you'll find there are no nice guys left. Or the very few nice guys that are left have been snapped up by the nice girls. And you, with all your love of drama and your toxicity and your fucking me, are going to end up alone being eaten by cats like Bridget Jones. That is what's going to happen. Well, obviously that wasn't the ending for Bridget Jones, but you get what I'm saying. So yeah, I think now is the time when women need to understand that nice guys are good and that you need to start dating the nice guys before they've all disappeared. So men, let me know in the comments, are you done with being a nice guy? Have you always been a nice guy, but now you're like, do you know what, I'm not doing it anymore? Or are you a nice guy through and through and you'll never change? I know there are a lot of nice guys still left out there, and I just feel like a lot of them just can't be bothered to be nice anymore, especially to the modern women. But yeah, let me know in the comments. And I'm off on a little mini break thing today this weekend. I'm not going to tell you where I'm going, it's a secret, but when I get back I will share all the lovely footage with you. So have a great day.
This is a funny comment to me because smart men don't get married. It's literally statistically proven that men who are married end up living longer because they are partnered with women. This is just in heterosexual relationships because, again, we don't study things like women and gay people. And studies have also proven that men will more likely leave their sick wife if she comes down with a terminal illness, but that does not reciprocate when a man comes down with a terminal illness. A woman will stay and care for him until his death, essentially. And so I think when men say this, like smart men don't get married, it's because that they don't want to share the resources that they know they have an upper hand at in this environment. They just don't want to share that with women, and they think that that's like solving them of their own problem, when in actuality we all live under capitalism and money is not the end all be all. There is a reason why blue zones exist and quality of life is important. Money is a made up concept. So by all means, don't get married. Leave us alone. Actually, that would be really, really great. We're super grateful for you. Like, thank you for your service. Continue to tell all of your friends about this profound revelation that you have come across. We will be eternally grateful.
So I have a question for men that are using online dating apps. Like, if you like somebody and they match with you, do you talk to them? Because I have like 10, 15 dudes just hanging out that I've matched with, but they haven't said anything to me. Like, I don't get it. If I matched with someone that I liked first, it's so I can talk to them. And it's exciting, and I message them. But men don't seem to do that. So what's the deal? Like, why?
It's honestly because men get tired of carrying the conversation. That man probably wrote several other women questions and gave them compliments, and all he received in response was one word. Men are trying. It's just that 95% of women that they match with, they either unmatch or they never respond, or they just give the one-worded answers. Or they're scammers. So yeah, men are just tired, ladies. They're tired of it.
At times you guys overvalue yourself. And that's not to say that you aren't an important person with things that you're doing that are actually very important. It's just to say y'all think, which is what you're doing right now, y'all think that y'all are better than the men that are approaching you. I know you're sitting here, look, this comment says, it's so sad American men have truly just stopped trying, haven't they? I've given up. However, I did the whole marriage and kids thing. I feel bad for this generation. So sad. American men have truly just stopped trying, haven't they? They've stopped trying to be made a fool out of. They've stopped trying to sit and listen to stuff like this, where you just talk about the things that they're not doing, talk about how they're not enough for you, talk about how they're forcing you to the bare minimum, when all they said was, I can't afford to continue spending $400 on a date. There was a man that took a woman on a date, like I think 3 dates, I think he said. And on the 4th date, he said, hey, I want to cut, like, basically, are you free? What are you up to? And she said, no, nothing much. And he said, hey, you know, we can go out, but you might have to pay this time around, or we hang out at your place because, you know, I'm kind of low on funds from all of the dates that I've been taking you on, which means that those 3 dates he paid. She got online with her silly self and tried to shame him when he already took on 3. Oh, so he came over and I had to make a charcuterie board, and he didn't even bring the wine. Why would he need to bring wine? He brought the cash the first 3 dates. You're talking about the least you can do is make a charcuterie board off of stuff that you already have. He didn't even bring the wine. You have wine in the house. Share. Be generous. Stop complaining. Y'all wonder why men have given up on y'all.
Learn to lower your standards. You're running out of time. Oh, that is so interesting that you would assume that I have high standards. I think my standards are actually pretty normal. Let's talk about them. Number 1, he has to plan the first date. If he doesn't plan the first date, I'm not saying yes. Number 2, he has to pay for the first date, and he has to pay for all of my drinks, and I won't offer to pay for any. Number 3, if he wants a second date, I demand to see his bank statements. I won't go on a second date without seeing how much income he actually made. I'm a businesswoman. Don't be triggered. I also require 3 personal references, either from friends or family members, that I need their actual phone numbers so I can call and vet them myself if they want to go on a 3rd date. So if they don't plan the date, pay for my dinner, pay for all my drinks, provide me with at least 3 months worth of bank statements, and give me at least 3 personal references, I'm not their girl. Honestly, I think more women should be completing these steps of vetting when it comes to men, especially the men in these comments. I mean, this guy said he's been with 50-year-olds that were 39 once. That's crazy. I think it's pretty simple.
And I get it. There's men that prefer not to be with women with kids. Like, we get it. We hear you guys. We hear you loud and clear, okay? Nah, man don't want any woman with kids, you know? Don't want no woman with kids, you know? Like, any man that is so vocal about, I don't want a woman with kids. Why on earth would anyone want to be with someone like that? Why? Because it's just a horrible trait to have. Like, yes, have your preferences, but don't go and shout down a whole group of people in society and make them feel worthless about themselves just because you don't want to date one. Make it make...
Don't nobody want to say it, but I will. As a woman, if you already got kids and you're looking for a relationship, you have to be an exceptional type of woman. Period. See, if you want a man to love you and take care of kids that's not even his, you're gonna have to stand out, sis. It's not impossible, but let's not act like there's a line of men waiting outside your door for that position. It's harder, and that's just reality. Let's just be honest. Most men are not signing up to take care of another man's kid. So if you want a good man, you're gonna have to set yourself apart. You can't be regular. You're gonna have to bring something different to the table. That means your kids gotta be in order, respectful, disciplined, because no man wants to walk into a situation where the kids are out of control, talking back, or running wild, and he's just supposed to stick around for that. Nah, that's not gonna happen. Now, there are some men who will still mess with you, but they won't care about your kids. They're just there to hit it and quit it. And you gotta ask yourself, is that what you really want for you and for your kids? Or do you want stability? Yeah, it is harder when you got kids, but it ain't impossible. You just gotta stand out. Get yourself together, get your kids in line, and then the right man can come around and take you seriously. That's just what it is. Don't get mad at me.
Can I be vulnerable with you for a second? Because I don't know who can relate with this, but if you're anything like me and you just like over pour into people and then they just like totally leave you neglected, it's one of the worst feelings. Like, I just don't understand. I don't understand it because I have so much love to give. I have so much love to offer. And I swear these people don't want my love. I swear y'all ain't ready for my love. I swear. And then I end up feeling like this. Then I'm like, I feel like I'm the problem. And I'm like, why? Like, why is one moment so good, the next moment so bad? Why do you play so many games nowadays? Like, why do you do this? Why? Maybe I'm just choosing the wrong people. I'm just sick of being let down. Like, is there anybody out there that wants love still? Like, dude, I'm so honest when I love someone. I am loyal when I love someone. I'm so supportive, like, and I don't need a man. I know I don't need a man, and I'm not trying to make you feel sorry for me or trying to pressure any man into being with me. That's like the last thing I want. I don't want to have to force someone to be with me. That's the thing. That's why I'm emotional, because I'm turning 27 in October. I have one child. I've already been married and divorced. I want more kids. I'm approaching 30. And I want this family. I want a solid foundation. I want this amazing guy. And I just haven't had much luck finding that. And I'm kind of scared sometimes.
No man wants to be second to a woman who has kids. Is this a thing? Like, do y'all feel like if you date a single mom that you are second to her kids? And what is it that causes you to feel this way? Is it the way she treats you? Like, what are the things that make a man feel like if they're dating a single mother, they are second to her kids? What if she's giving you all her time? What if she's splitting custody 50-50 and she's giving you 50% majority of her time, and even when her kids are around, she's catering to you just like she would any man, even if you were the father of her kids? I just want to understand why a man would say this to me, saying no man wants a woman that has kids because he's second to her kids. Is this a thing?
The dumbest thing a man can do is date a single mom, and I'm saying this as a single mom myself. The only exception to the rule is if the man has kids himself and he's a single dad. That's the only rule that is the exception. And I say this because, one, it's fucking stupid as a man to take on somebody else's kids when you don't have kids of your own. Now, do I think it makes women less valuable? No, I think that's a stupid rhetoric. But the idea that you're gonna get emotionally attached to someone else's kids, and then if you break up, never fucking see them again, y'all are stupid. But not only that, it's like, as a single mom, I don't want to date somebody that doesn't have kids, because he's not going to be in tune to automatically or naturally or organically be the dad. But also, if I didn't have my daughter, I wouldn't be out here trying to date a man with kids. Like, I get the logic behind it, because I'm not going to be emotionally invested in somebody else's kids. Now, in my opinion, if he has kids and I have kids, then we're both equally risking the same thing if it doesn't work out, if that makes sense. Like, me as a single mom, I would never date someone with no kids. Like, so I don't know why women get so offended when men are like, oh, I don't date single moms. Like, I totally get it as a single mom myself. There's too much risk and not enough reward.
I appreciate your sincerity, as well as the other lady that was, crying and she was heartbroken. How can I get a man to like me? Why don't they give me a chance? So I appreciate the sincerity of it. But once again, it's the risk. You're talking about, well, even if I give you this, even if I give you that, you're only doing that. Most men feel like you're only going to do that for a specific part, for a specific time period. But when you get the ring, when you get the house, everything else, then you're going to flip on him. And by the time you flip, he's given pretty much everything. You have access to pretty much everything. And that, for a man, especially the older he gets, it's a lot of risk. I'll say it like that. I'm not going to say that it's impossible for you to catch a man, because I'm thinking of a couple right now. She had her own stuff. She was doing her thing, running her businesses. Even in her old age now, she's still running businesses. And I think he's retired military, just bought her a Beamer. Just they go on cruises. To be fair, she's a workaholic, so she needs a cruise. She's been like this her entire life. So at some point in time in your old age, you need to take the load off. You take the load off. You need to relax. He got to try to stop her from working, right? Hey, you know what? I know you're not retired, but goodness, like let's go on vacation. So he got to go back and forth, and finally he got to take a vacation. And she's like, well, sometimes she'll call, and you're like, well, oh, we're on vacation, we're going. Oh yeah, he got me out of the house, and oh man, I'm supposed to, all that other stuff, right? But that's what a good man is going to do for you, right? He's going to, hey man, I'll get you the Beamer. I'll pay for the vacation. I know you're working. I know you want to be a boss babe, but relax a little bit. Relax. Take it easy. Right? You want a nice little dog running around the place? Cool. Relax. Relax. What men are afraid of is all of the stuff that he's trying to give you, all of the love that he's trying to give you, all of the provision. You're going to see that and be like, if I can get this without him, then that's what will be optimal. So, and if I can't, well, he's going to be last priority anyway. So worst case scenario is I have to stay married to him, but then I'm going to prioritize my kid. Well, it's going to be me, and then it's going to be my kid, then anything else, and then him. He's going to be last priority. Not a great deal for him. Also, not a great deal for him is, well, I just didn't think it worked out after maybe 6 months to a year. But maybe after 6 months to a year, he might have a way to kind of get everything back within reason. I still have a little bit of time to do something. But if you go on for 5, 6, 7, 8 years, some of these people have been married for 10, 15 years, 20 years, 25 years in some of these circumstances. That's when it becomes devastating. And that's when you lose a man pretty much forever.